right, it's time for some last-minute bets. Let's go, folks. Yeah. Last-minute betting with Bob and Mike, the Sports Nuts. Brought to you by OddsJam, the premier odds comparison company for sports bettors worldwide. That's right. Don't forget, live chat is available. Like this show, subscribe to this channel. And don't forget the OddsJam Partner Program available for all of you who want to share OddsJam. You can get paid to share OddsJam. That's right. Link below in the description. You'll get a link. Share it with your people, your friends, your family, social media. 50% ongoing for life.
For life.
For life.
Bob.
Yes.
For freaking
what a
life.
Great thing. And it's a great program. You need to get in there right now. All right. I would be remiss if I didn't say that I screwed up a little bit earlier, and I'm trying to make it happen. What's up, Justin? Tony, he had Nebraska last night, man.
Yep.
Rangers are garbage.
No, Rangers. Goodness.
What do you guys think about Wemby to get a double-double tonight? My source says it's a lock. I would say probably that's a good play. By the way, the triple-double for Jokic last night was plus 190 at one point on FanDuel. Wow. Yesterday on the positive EV page, he had 31, 11, and 10.
Yep.
So, hey, Tristan, what's up? May try to bring Tristan on this week, too. And look here. Roll, Todd, roll. Okay. You got a hammer on it?
We got a hammer.
Okay. All right.
I mean, you know what to do when you're given a hammer, right, Bob?
Hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That is right.
I'm all for it, Randall. I'm all for it. Whatever you say. I almost was betting Alabama earlier today, so we're on the same wavelength there. Hundreds of college totals earlier. Stevie B parlay, here we go. Bruins, Avs, Canucks, money lines plus 240 on points bet. All right.
Can't hate on that. Definitely like Boston and Colorado. Vancouver playing our Blues tonight. Probably should win. Yeah,
I would say so. There's a lot of rumors going around about the Blues trading Parayko and possibly Bushnevich. Who knows? Bet whatever on FSU for Saturday as well. Okay.
Nice.
All right. I'm guessing point spread or money line. I mean, what are we doing? I'm just asking. I gotta know. Need to be more specific. Okay.
What do you think, Bob?
Well, I haven't even looked at the Alabama game for tonight, so let me look.
Money or spread sprinkle money line, yeah.
Okay,
so they're playing North Carolina, yeah.
Okay. And I'm guessing Alabama definitely point spread tonight, minus 110 across the board. So you know what? We'll just add that.
Yeah.
We will add that right now.
Yep. May as well.
Should be catching 6 to 7. Okay. Parlay all of them. And of course, Tristan's going to say good call. You know why? It's his FSU team.
Yeah, that's true. Those are his Seminoles there.
Yeah, that's his boys.
That's right. Hey, I'm sharing my screen real quick, Bob. I'm going to jump over here to the EV page, see what's popping off. I'm going to go ahead and roll with focus mode right now. Let's see what we got going on. The first play that comes up, I don't I don't dislike it either, honestly. It's Brock Purdy over 2.5 passing touchdowns. Plus 194. I mean, why the heck not? You see what it's priced at across the board, but I think that's worth putting a little bit of money on for sure. I would not be a bit surprised here if San Francisco rolls, Bob. Would not be a bit surprised.
Could happen.
That Winnipeg Toronto game, we've got an over on cut. I would definitely roll with that. Unfortunately, I'm not using cut. But I should, I guess, huh?
Probably. You ought to dabble and dabble too, by the way.
I know. I got dabble downloaded. I just haven't dabbled, which I will. Yeah, there's a lot of plays popping up here on the EV page. I'm going to get a little particular and see. So let's take Jared Allen over 11.5 rebounds at plus 100 for sure. And that's pretty well what he does is rebounds the ball, right?
Right.
Plus odds on it.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Absolutely. And look who joined us. There's Jabari. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. There's a bit of a storm coming through Texas right now, so that's what's going on.
Dang.
All my exes live in Texas. I don't know whether you knew that or not.
Oh, my goodness. Man.
Hey, you got to have some comedy in that. You got to laugh.
You do.
If you don't laugh, you don't live as long as I have. And I just turned 65 here recently, Jabari.
Happy belated.
Yeah, last Wednesday, as a matter of fact. Okay. So, yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. You know,
I'm gonna look and see if there's anything else here real quick, Bob, that pops out to me. Hot Streak's got Durant under 29.5 points tonight after the big performance from the other night. Anybody wanting to fade Kevin Durant?
Possibly. You know what? That NBA is so hard to figure out when it comes to that stuff. I mean,
NBA is just hard to figure out altogether this season. There's been so many blowouts.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, and then
I'll take this Jalen Johnson under PRA though.
Oh yeah,
I will take that.
I mean, Embiid scores 70. I did not see that coming at all, guys.
I'm okay with that, but him and Cat scoring 60 plus in the same night and Cat losing that game is actually kind of absurd.
Yeah, it really is.
I agree 100%. Let's get off the NBA for a second. We got to talk NFL football. Okay? I mean, we got the championship games coming up. Jabari, were you surprised at anything that you saw this weekend? I mean, were you surprised? Any surprises?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting the Texans to beat the Browns, but that was a couple weeks ago. I think we missed last week's show, so I wasn't expecting that to happen. Other than that, everything else kind of fell in place. I wasn't expecting the Bills to really do anything. I was expecting it to be a close game, to which it was. The Packers kept that game mighty close. Jordan Love's he's on the precipice of taking that next step.
Oh yeah.
He played a real good game. He played a heck of a game. But these, I would say that this has probably been the best wild card in division rounds that I think I've seen in some time. This has probably been the best matchups that I've seen in the playoffs in recent memory.
Okay. Well,
definitely some good matchups. Barry, I don't know if you remember, we had a guy in the chat a while back that has laughed at us for not believing in the Cleveland Browns. Bob's old buddy David. Cleveland fell flat on their face to your Texans.
And they got smacked.
They did, and I loved it. I loved every minute because we just got laughed at for for even thinking they would win and not thinking the Browns would win the Super Bowl.
Okay, but Justin's got something to say here. Lions money line, baby. Sorry, Jabari. And it's Jabari, guys. It's not Bari.
You can call me Bari. It's fine. Everybody
Okay.
calls me Bari, Jabari, Bari. Either way, it don't matter.
Well, just don't call you late for dinner.
I don't think you got to be sorry. I don't think the Lions pull this out. I think the Niners probably are going to the bowl. However, even if we do make it to the bowl, we're not winning. Whoever's coming out of the AFC is winning the bowl this year. It's the Chiefs and the Ravens, and to me, this is Lamar's year. It's his championship to lose. He gets past the Chiefs. The Niners, we didn't stop him at home. We were at home at the crib, and he ran all over us. We don't have an answer for him. So, and I know the Lions defense doesn't have an answer for him either. So that's gonna be y'all's biggest tilting point in that game versus the Niners. If y'all's defense can show up, you'll have a chance. But they don't show up, you're done for.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing with this matchup with Detroit. Jared Goff, more of a pocket passer. I think San Fran pass rush, great linebackers. I think they could really get the Goff and make a mess of this. I'm not saying that we're going to see a blowout, but I would not be shocked if San Fran didn't smack them here, because this is a matchup I feel that's better. Whereas, as you said, playing Baltimore, they don't have an answer for Lamar Jackson. They're going to struggle with those quarterbacks like that. I think even if they got matched up against Buffalo, let's just say Buffalo had gotten lucky in advance, I think Buffalo would have maybe had success because the ability of a quarterback to run Mahomes, even these quarterbacks, and obviously not as great a runners as Lamar, but I just think San Fran's defense struggles with those mobile quarterbacks. And if you get Lamar, there's no more, you don't get more mobile than him. That it is scary.
All right, I've got comments here. Do you like the Panthers? The over in the Panthers Coyotes game tonight? Yeah, over 6.
I do.
And he says, "Hey Mike, I love your name at Mick Grasso."
Yeah, yours as well, bro.
Yeah,
yours as well. Good name.
Yeah. When you're asleep. Anyway, I don't think the Ravens make it to the Super Bowl.
That's a hot take.
I'm telling you right now. I think Steve Spagnuolo is going to find a way to keep Lamar from running up the middle. His 2 big runs, there was no linebacker there. There was nobody in the middle of the field. Okay? Spagnuolo is going to come up with something. And I still think the X factor is Chris Jones. I think him and his ability to wreck a game, I think that's going to be the difference. The only thing that I'm concerned about, really, really concerned about, is that front 4 of the Ravens and how well they stop the run. Pacheco's going to have a tough time, but it's Andy Reid. He's going to go into his bag of tricks. So, what do you think about that, Jabari?
That's a hot take. Like I told you, that is a hot take. I'll be completely honest. And whoever said Lamar rushing yards is a good play, yes, I do think it is a good play. Here's why. I told my friends last week, I said I wouldn't even be surprised if Josh Allen got somewhere to close to 70 or 100 yards in this game. Buffalo went away from the run when it was working for them. It was you running the ball, you're doing great. You're missing your X factor, Stephon. He's been up and down all season. There's no reason to expect anything different from him. Now you're missing Gabe Davis, your second best option, and then Dawson Knox gets hurt in the game. So they go away from the run for whatever reason that is. They go for that stupid punt conversion, even though Kansas City had 10 men on the field and they had 11, and you still didn't convert. I don't understand why you don't punt the ball there. Buffalo really should have won that game, but poor coaching is what really messed him up. Steve Spagnuolo is not going to be able to stop the run. Like I told my friends, the Baltimore can run a triple option all night. Steve's not going to have an answer for it. They got Dalvin Cook now. Dalvin even busted off a 15, 20-yard run in the last game. You're going to have Lamar. And you better hope Mark Andrews is still somewhat hurt by the time that game comes around, because you're going to have some serious issues. If San Fran could not handle Lamar, I doubt Steve Spagnuolo can on the road.
Yeah, there's not going to be much Kansas City's going to be able to do. I agree. Yeah, Mark Andrews is going to be a big key in this game, depending on his health. Even if he's not fully ready to go, Baltimore still will have a great opportunity here. Marlon Humphrey, I'm a little concerned with that for the defense, because while they didn't have him against Houston, they probably didn't need him. But for a game like this, you got to wonder, do you think that they will need him in this type of game? Is that where you at all, Jabari?
Go ahead, Jabari.
No, not really.
Because of the front?
Yeah, because of the front. Like even if Marlon isn't there, you still got Jadeveon, you still got Pierce. They got an excellent front four that they don't even really need to blitz as much. Like Mahomes is really good against the blitz. I think they said last game he's like top 2 against the blitz in the league. So you don't really need to blitz him when you can send 4 and get just as much pressure, right? So I mean, you got great linebackers. Your secondary, probably isn't going to be the healthiest, but Buffalo's always been a really solid defense. So,
Well, now we're talking about. You don't think there's any way. You think Lamar's just going to run all over him?
No, I don't think it's going to be like they're going to steamroll him and end the story. No, I think it is going to be a close game. Yes, because Patrick Mahomes is a very good competitor. Oh, yeah. But they're not gonna end up winning this game. And what solidified that for me is that they almost lost to Buffalo. That game should have never been as close as it was, but Buffalo allowed them to get back in the game. Really, Buffalo should have been up and been winning, but they missed a field goal to tie the game. They went for a 4th down punt conversion and missed multiple red zone opportunities. I think Buffalo was like, hold on, I'll pull it up and see exactly what it was. But Buffalo did not convert every time in the red zone. That hurts, especially when you're playing Kansas City. You give Pat Mahomes the ball back with any kind of time, you can hang it up.
Yeah, and then don't forget the big drop by Diggs. The deep ball Allen threw. I mean, that
was a perfect ball that he got.
A beautiful ball. What a throw. Yeah, I mean, that catch at that time in the game, that would have changed everything. I mean, likely if he catches that ball, I think Buffalo probably punches it in the end zone there. And
the touchback was that call being overturned, where I don't feel that they had enough conclusive evidence to overturn it, wound up being a touchback. Kansas City scores their game's over. It's not close. So Buffalo got breaks too. Okay.
No, they did. They got Kansas breaks. City got a lot of breaks.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's what I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it emphatically. When you start your career and you go to 6 AFC championship games in a row, you make your breaks. And Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, by the way, did you see the stat? Andy Reid, before, when Andy Reid came along, there had been the Broncos and the Raiders and the Chargers had all won 15 AFC West titles.
Mm-hmm.
They still are at 15. Kansas City was at 8. They're now at 16. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we get it. I get it. I understand all that.
I'm not disagreeing with Reed's greatness. Like I'm not.
There's a reason that this happens. You make your own breaks, kind of like Tiger Woods said. You know how many times he hit a shot and it was wayward, and he recovered because of some crate. Sometimes he got a bounce. Sometimes it hit. It hit somebody and it didn't go out of bounds. Things like that happen. It's part of the game.
Gotcha. And I'll put it to you like this, right? Statistically speaking.
All right.
Buffalo's 368 yards to theirs 361. Time of possession, there was a 15-minute difference in favor of Buffalo. Buffalo had 27 first downs, no turnovers. Kansas City had 21 first downs. Buffalo was 7 for 14 on third down conversions. They were 5 for 28 in penalties. If you read that stat sheet, you think Buffalo should have won this game no problem, but they didn't. They didn't win they didn't. It's not like there was a big turnover deficit. No, they just blew their opportunities. They got a lot more breaks. They didn't convert. It's simple football at that point. They didn't. They should have won that game, and they didn't.
Yep. I can't disagree with that. I mean, they really should have won that game, and here we are.
27 points in 22 minutes is crazy. That's crazy efficiency. 27 points in 22 minutes.
Yeah.
If all he needs is 22 minutes, you should be afraid. But
you should have been afraid. You ought to know that already, because look at the game where he had 17 seconds left and they needed 3 points to send it to overtime. And they thought they, had the game won. 17 seconds, he moves his team into field goal range. So you remember that game? Hey.
Yeah, of course we do.
It's Mahomes. I mean, he is.
That's why you take advantage of your opportunities when you have them against Mahomes, because Mahomes is going to, So if Baltimore does not do, we're going to go out on a limb and assume that Baltimore will take advantage of the opportunities that they have, and including when they get in the red zone, they're going to want to punch the ball in the end zone as often as they can and not settle for field goals and not turn the ball over. Which Buffalo didn't, and time of possession, all those things that go into beating the Chiefs, you got to do. And Buffalo did a lot of those things well. They just did not convert on their big opportunities.
He's luckier than better than
better than everybody. Luck's part of the game. Everybody gets luck. Sometimes you got good luck. Sometimes you got bad luck. You know what? It's kind of like, the ups and downs of sports betting, right? Same kind of thing. All right. I'm going to get off of this. I'm rooting for Kansas City. I'd love to see Kansas City and Detroit, but I think it's going to be Kansas City and San Francisco. Now, now, what in the hell, when you got the second best record in the NBA, or tied for the second best record in the NBA, and you fire your coach and you hire Doc Rivers, I want your take on this, because it's official now, right? Doc Rivers, is he hired as the Bucks coach, right? Both of you, Jabari, go first. Give me your take on this.
I'm gonna let Mike go first, because I took up a lot of time last topic.
Okay, all right.
My take on it is that despite having a really, really good record, it's obvious that they didn't believe in the coach that they had, and they want a guy that's going to be able to push Giannis and Lillard and those guys to the next level. And I think they believe in Doc Rivers. He's a proven coach. Yes, he has struggled and not got the job done in a long time, but he's got Giannis and Damian Lillard on his team now. Look, I loved Philadelphia, Embiid and all them. You liked Doc when he was with the Clippers, had some players. I get it. But this is a little different. This is having Giannis and Damian Lillard, one of the clutchest players, and Damian Lillard with the game on the line. Giannis, one of the best all-around players in the game. I think this is a perfect type of team for Doc Rivers to take where they want to go. And I don't know a lot of details about it all, but it's obvious to me, Giannis and Lillard, that had to have been their guy. They had to have wanted him low-key, somehow let it known, because why else would you do this? If they're not happy, you're screwed, right? If Giannis and Dame are having problems or issues with anything, it's going to get addressed.
Okay, go ahead, Jabari, but 30-13, man.
30-13, yeah, I agree. It is kind of crazy. But if you've paid attention to the media, Giannis has actually been hinting to this for months. Giannis is getting into that category where he's a very fake person to me. He did the same thing to Drew. And I almost want to say he almost probably did the same thing to Mike Budenholzer probably at one point. But he did the same to Drew Holiday. Drew came out to the media, expressed his feelings, said, I want to be a Buck for the rest of my life. I want to retire here. Giannis traded him. And then when Drew came to meet everybody back in the locker room, Giannis stayed away from him. at the beginning of the season, he was like, yeah, this coach is our guy. 2 weeks later after that, he was bashing the coach in the media saying, yeah, defensively, we're not good. I don't know what's going on. They're constantly getting in arguments on the sideline. Dame comes out a week later, says, offensively, I don't even know where I fit into this, which explains Dame's offensive struggles ever since he's gotten here. We're used to Dame putting up almost 26, 27 a night.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, some games he could barely put up 12, right? So they've obviously had some defensive issues, and defensively, statistically, they are pretty bad. They're just good offensively that can make up for that. So Doc is going to have to come in and kind of repair some things, but I mean, what better situation can he come into?
Exactly. Yeah. And the right guy for that type of job, you know, for, I mean, getting superstar players to get on the same page. I mean, he's going to be able to do that. I mean, these guys are going to respect what Doc says. And that's probably why they went after a guy like Doc, because they knew to get this thing repaired. From what you're saying there, Jabari, you know, you need a guy like that. You know, you need one of those types of coaches to come in
and Doc's not going to be pushed around at all. Like, no. I want to make that clear. They're not going to come in there and run Doc out of the office.
No,
they're like, okay, maybe Mike Budenholzer, they had some sort of respect because they won a championship with him, which in my eyes, you should have had more respect for him. He should have still been on this team, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, cool. Then you get this coach that, you know, everybody's familiar with, but he's not really a big name coach. Doc isn't all that showboating and starring and stuff like that, you know, is probably done. That, like, Doc demands a lot of respect from his team, so they're just gonna need to fall in line, and I think that's gonna be crucial for Giannis more so than it is Dame. I don't think Dame's more so of a diva, but I think Giannis is starting to get into that LeBron, GM kind of role where he kind of gets to decide who goes and who doesn't. And I kind of don't like that for him. I think he should just stay in his lane.
Exactly.
You want a ring off of things lining up for you to win a ring. You end up playing Phoenix, who wasn't the best team coming out of the West, but you were good enough to beat them because you had Drew. And then you trade Drew away, and all of a sudden defense is a problem. So yeah.
And you still got the second best record in the NBA.
Yeah. So there's nothing for Giannis to really be complaining about, really, if we're being honest.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, this is a big picture type of deal for them, obviously, for down the road that, hey, we want to get this thing fixed and figured out before, and there's only one guy for the job. That's a Doc Rivers type, and it's probably specifically to check Giannis, you know?
I got to tell you, when you got a voice like Doc's, you know, which is so raspy through all these years of yelling. Okay. First of all, that's not good for an analyst on TV, number one. Number two, it's probably the perfect voice to check Giannis.
Oh, for sure.
He ain't gonna put up with no crap.
No, Doc Rivers don't put up with nothing. He's coached lots of great players, been around, you know, the game a long time. He's a respectable guy, you know. These guys.
He played with Neek.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, yeah.
With Dominique Wilkins, you know.
Yeah. He's been around. Yeah, he's been around some great players over his time. And he is a smart coach.
Wasn't he a point guard? He was, wasn't he?
Doc, I think Doc was a point guard or a shooting guard. I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think he was a point guard. So, Jabari, got a question for you. You're in Texas. Do you have Dabble?
No, I haven't dabbled in Dabble yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's what I wanted to know. I would like to share my screen here real quick and show people where you can find. I just put my computer in Texas. I'm going to go and click the promo finder, folks, so we could see hey, look at there. There's Dabble right there. $25. Use that code OddsJam. You get free $25. You don't have to deposit anything, Jabari.
Okay.
Not a dime. Now, they have up to 8 picks. insured. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think it winds up being like minus 130, I believe, when it's insured. Whatever the case may be. I did one the other day that was a 5-pick. Now, let me explain something to you about Dabble. And I'm going to go to the Fantasy Optimizer to show you this real quick, folks. In Dabble, there are a lot of lines of one, either over or under one assist, one, point, rebounds, a lot of college basketball plays. Here's what the Dabble lines look like. So the other day, Jabari, I did a 5-pick. 3 of my picks won. 2 of them were a push. You have an opportunity to get a ton of pushes here. Well, you know what? I made 6 times what my bet was.
That's good.
And I got 3 right. Well, they were all 3 right because the other 2 pushed. So you see what I'm saying? You have that opportunity for that to happen. Here's what it looks like on the OddsJam Fantasy Optimizer, which you can get for $49 a month. And as you can see here, there are a lot of plays above 55%. And there's a lot of college basketball plays in here. I'm telling you right now, if you haven't done it, dabble and dabble. Use the code OddsJam, get $25 free. You got to do it, right, Jabari?
You got to do it.
You got to do it. You haven't done it yet. By the time we get on the show next week, Mike hasn't done it yet either. By the time we get on the show next week,
we'll be dabbling.
You need to be dabbling.
We'll be dabbling, yeah.
I'd like to see that. That really, yes.
Oh, you want to see us dabble? What's all right?
Yeah. I'm not babble, okay?
No, we'll leave that to you.
Wow.
Yeah. Shots fired, man.
Okay.
Right towards the end of the show, too, man.
Don't make me get the bongos.
Why don't you go sleep on that tonight, huh?
I got the bongos over here, and you know what? I might put a spell on you with this shaker. It sounds like a.
You best be trying to put a spell on Lamar if you're going with the Chiefs, because if you're putting your money where you're putting your mouth right now, Bob, then you may be losing some unless you do something about shaking spells on Lamar.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not taking the Chiefs money line. I'm betting plus 3.5 or plus 4.
Okay.
That's
got potential. That could happen. That very well could happen.
You might be where babble is, but it's also a word where you talk a lot. You babble on.
Yeah.
And that's what Mike was trying to say that I do. Jabari doesn't really think that, do you, Jabari? No answer.
No comment.
No comment.
Plead the fifth, man. Plead the fifth. Unless right. you know.
We haven't even talked about who's balling and who's pucking tonight. So, Mike, I'm going to go with you first. You pucking or balling tonight?
I'm pucking tonight, and I'm not going anybody specific. I'm going to take the Boston Bruins tonight at home on the money line.
Okay. All right.
They will be pucking.
All right. You know what? I'm pucking too. I'm going to take the Kraken. Release the Kraken. Release the Kraken. Yes, I'm babbling too right now. But I'm dabbling also. I haven't dabbled in hockey yet. It's all been basketball so far. But yeah, Seattle Kraken tonight. There you go. Jabari, you pucking or balling?
I got one for both, but we're pucking tonight. We're gonna do the Avalanche.
Okay.
We're gonna do the Avalanche. We're at home. We're gonna enjoy ourselves. Okay.
Well, I mean, that's your team.
Of course. That's what I said. We're at home.
There's your parlay. Avs, Kraken, Bruins. Throw that in a little parlay and make yourself some money tonight.
Quick question though. What's going on with the Maple Leafs?
The Loafs? You know what? I'm telling you, I think they're going to get rid of their coach, and rumor has it that they're going to hire the Blues ex-coach.
Oh, okay.
Ruby. They need somebody to whip them into shape. Speaking of turnarounds or what have you, early in the year we were saying what's going on with the Oilers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shoot, they're hot.
13 in a row. Did they win last night? Or did they play last night?
They didn't play last night. Yeah, they did. They played Columbus. They won.
That's 14 in a row, guys.
Yikes.
You better watch out for that team. You want to talk about Vancouver, okay? But you better watch out for the Oilers. They are fit to be tied.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Some good teams in Canada right now looking good for sure.
The Canucks are a very good team. No two ways.
I'm still thinking that in a best of 7 in the playoffs, last year for Colorado defending Stanley Cup champs, this year maybe a little hungrier. Colorado's going to be tough to beat, man. They're just going to be tough to beat.
And so is Dallas, because they got the goaltending. Ottinger's a playoff goaltender. You can just tell.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
The only things my friend want to talk about. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm sorry you have to deal with
we like us some hockey. And to be honest with you, this NBA slate tonight kind of sucks. I mean, I know we got Phoenix and Dallas going at it, but, I don't really know what to make of that. Dallas, I don't know what to make of them.
Me neither. Luka is
Phoenix is getting hot. I do know that. Phoenix is getting hot.
Did you see KD's reaction to when they asked him about Embiid getting 70? He went, 70? 70? Yeah. He almost looked like Jim Moore in that commercial there for a second.
Yeah, playoffs.
All right. Jabbar, you got anything else for me?
I don't.
All right. And Mike and you are on the Ravens and the Niners. And I think Justin is Justin on the Ravens? I know Tony's on the Ravens. Justin may be on the Chiefs. The only one with any sense. See, that's why you babble. Don't forget gabble either, folks.
Lamar's taking your money, man. Just going to take it from you, man.
That was me.
He may as well just show up at your door and just take it
banging on Lamar
personally.
I was banging on Lamar's head there.
You would
I
never,
can't wait. I can't wait for Lamar to win this game.
Oh, I know. You could never catch Lamar. You could never catch Lamar, Bob.